morning, everyone. I am today at Miles Smith Farm in Loudon. This is the owner, Carol, and we have Mia here. Missy. We have Missy the cow. We are in one of the pastures here at Miles Smith, which is very cool. We are surrounded by their gorgeous cows. And so today, what I wanted to talk to Carol about are a few things. One, Carol's shop here at Miles Smith Farm. There's a farm store where you can get all kinds of great stuff, including local meat, right from some of the cattle here on the farm. And also, they carry our products. So this is another one of our lovely retailers. So, good morning, Kathy. How are you? So one of the things I want to talk to Carol about is local food. It's become such an important thing, and this pandemic has really highlighted the need for a good, local, secure source for our food. So Carol, what do you find the difference is when it comes to this new world we seem to be living in? Are you finding a difference in some of your customers? Are you finding new people?
Well, that's a great question. And you say it's a new world. We've kind of been in this world for the last 20 years. So it's been building over the years. And the only reason we were prepared for the pandemic was because of people like you and some other folks who have supported us in the years when it wasn't obvious that local food was probably a solution.
Right.
And I think what we found out that when you shut down the big meat packing plants, we run out of meat at the grocery store. I think it's a known, and John Carroll, a professor at UNH, has said this for years, that we have 3 days of food in the grocery stores when the trucks stop driving. And that's what happened. The trucks, oh, watch out behind you. Here comes Blaine the bull. Let me just get him.
Mr. Blaine.
Yeah, here. Let me just push him away.
Here, you want me to take
Yeah,
Missy?
you take Missy. Go on, Blaine. He thinks we've got a bull here, and he's kind of...
He's a handsome beast,
yeah,
but I don't want to be run over.
But we don't want to have an issue with him. So just a minute, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, he kind of wants to get on the camera. He's beautiful.
Right?
Beautiful
he is
beast.
gorgeous. Let me see if I can turn a little bit so we can see Mr. Blaine.
There he is.
There
right
you
here.
are. There's your minute of fame, mister.
Yeah.
So Blaine here is very cool.
And here comes another one over here. So I guess the point is that at Miles Smith Farm we have this. Now, some of the cows you're looking at we're not going to eat. Missy is a forever cow. She's got she's a riding cow. She's produced calves, so she won't ever be in the freezer. But when you think of it, we have cattle here at our farm and in other local farms in New Hampshire, and we're only a 2-hour drive from the processing plant. And then it's a 2-hour drive from them back to deliver the meat. So we don't have a supply chain issue.
Right.
We're all right here. See, she's keeping her eye on the bull. Do you see what she's doing?
No one can blame her. He's gigantic.
Yeah.
And so cool.
Yeah, and he's over there. So the whole point is that we're here because people were supporting us in the local food. Right. And then when the pandemic came and they said, oh my God, you're right.
Yes. And unfortunately, it takes something world-changing like this to start to get people to slow down. Hi, darling.
That's
to start to get
right
people to slow down and really think about, where's your food coming from?
Yes.
Does your food have a beautiful life before it's brought to processing? Because that makes a huge difference. All of that stress, cortisol and stuff that animals experience and have in their systems is not good for us to eat. So having an animal that is living its natural life, it's in a beautiful pasture like this, that really makes all the difference too. We talk a lot about energy and how the energy of what our intention is, the energy of what we put in our bodies is really important.
And there's some energy right here.
Yeah.
You see the calf that's come up?
A little calf here. You want to come say hi?
Can we show the calf there?
Yeah. Let me take you. I'm sorry.
She just pulled away for a second. That's Missy's baby right there.
Here we go. We have a little buddy here.
She might come over.
You want to come say hi? Not on camera, huh? No. Hi, pretty girl. And we have Mr. Blaine behind me here. Yeah. So Such a cool day here today at Miles Smith Farm. So when things are normal, Carol is able to do all sorts of events and stuff here at the farm. So she was just telling me about some things that she's got in the works, some opportunities to come and meet some of the cows and things in a safe way. So rather than doing those big events, which we at Clearly Balanced Days are really excited to be part of anytime we're here for some of the meet and greets, the touch a cow events, that sort of thing. We love to be a part of that because especially I think for our kids, it's really important to see where our food comes from and understand the importance of a strong food supply. Because
and that's what happened. We were able to supply meat that you couldn't get at the grocery stores because we've had support for so many years.
Right, and you're not subject to those recalls.
Right, and then the sicknesses that go around in the big plants.
Right.
But we do, at Miles Smith Farm, we aren't doing any scheduled group events, but we're planning in September by schedule events. So you can come, schedule a time to sit with Missy. Oh, you got her calf?
I'm getting tickled by a baby cow right now, you guys. It's the best.
So you can come and be tickled by a cow too.
Yes.
The way we're going to deal with it is you're going to have a sign-up time, and it's going to be a donation. Oh, look, she's still after you there. A donation. We're building a learning barn so that when this COVID crisis is over, people can come and learn, adults as well as children, with 4-H as well as children, as well as adults can come and learn how to deal with animals. Is she tickling you?
Yeah, she licked the back of my leg quite a bit.
She's just loving you. That's awesome. She's still licking you.
I have a tattoo back there. I think that she's trying to help me out.
What that's all about. So you too can come up and have that happen. You can sit with Missy. We have a cow that you can sit on and ride. We have pigs, we have goats and lambs, and a couple of ducks, and we have donkey as well as horses you can visit. But we're going to do it by schedule.
Yeah.
So you schedule a 15-minute session with the animal of your choice. Make a donation to the barn because we need to do that. We need to pay for that roof. It needs a roof.
So you're saying that's a learning barn?
It's going to be a learning barn, yes.
How cool.
And it's where 4-H kids will come and learn how to deal with animals, and adults will have adult sessions too.
Yeah, and so many of us are really trying to look at the way we do things in our own lives, things like gardening, things like keeping chickens and stuff like that. So this is a great way to come and learn a little bit more about what life is like on the farm. So it's very cool. Hey, Mr. Oh no, I thought that was Blaine for a second, but
yeah,
no.
Blaine, yeah. So some people ask me, here's a question. I've got a question for your listeners. This is a Scottish Highlander with horns. Do the males and females have horns?
I think they do.
They do.
Yeah.
Both the males and females have horns. So a lot of people think that just the males have the horns, but with cows, males and females. And some of them don't have horns, but that's usually because it's been bred out of them, or because they're removed when they're so young that it's okay. If they're removed at a day or two old, that doesn't really.
So they would remove a cow's horns like that for safety purposes or something?
Some people do it for safety. I find these cows very safe even with horns.
Yeah.
Notice how, if people ask me how safe she is, look at this. And I have a couple of steers that if I'm standing next to them and they want to turn their head, they'll lift their horns over my head.
Wow.
So they really know where their horns are. And they're never, if they're going to attack me, then those are the ones that end up in the freezer.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a pretty simple math equation there.
Simple, yeah. So this is all the gentle ones, and then it's just a decision about who should go. And this one is here forever because she is a riding cow.
Oh, she's so cool. She's so cool.
Yeah.
So awesome. So some of the other things you can get here at the farm.
Yes, at Miles Smith Farm we also sell locally raised lamb. We have pork. We have chicken, and these are all from other. We don't do chicken. You don't see any chickens or pigs around here. We did have pigs, but we get them from other farmers. And let me tell you that theory. There are a lot of farmers out there that don't want to have a farm store. They just want to raise their animals.
Right.
So we give them the opportunity to sell their products through our store. And so many farmers say, Carol, just keep selling, make it happen, because I want to raise cattle. I don't want to do a farm store.
Right.
So we have the facility here to make it a nice place for people to come and visit and buy great local food. It's like, this is where you can get your healthy eats here.
Yeah, definitely. So you're not just a farm of your own, you're also a steward of the whole movement of making sure that local regional foods are available, that, you know,
Exactly.
we're farming and able to sustain ourselves. You know, it's not easy to be a farmer in America. It really isn't, especially when you're doing it on the small level, which is where the animals are happiest. You know,
Yes.
if you have a giant factory farm, then you're talking about a lot of animals that are not being kept in a natural way whatsoever, and they're dealing with a lot of stress and things that really aren't necessary. But these small farmers need to be supported, you know, and when we prioritize where we get our food from, and we really think about the safety of what we're eating, then that brings us to places like this.
And we love it when you come. It's so great.
Yeah.
We are also scheduling, besides that event, that we can schedule tours of the farm too. We do that.
Very cool.
And especially when COVID's over.
Hi,
And
Diane.
this one is called Puff.
Hi, Puff.
She was born on the farm about 12 years ago. And that's her baby over there, the black calf between the trees. Her name's Lucy. In the middle of the winter, the calf was born on January 5th, and I did a video of bringing Lucy into the house to warm her up because she was going to die.
Oh, yes, I remember that video.
Yeah, so Lucy and Puff are here. And Lucy's going to live in Maine very soon.
Oh,
She's
nice.
got a new owner, yeah.
Nice. So how long does one of these Highland cattle tend to live?
Well, it depends. The cows can live to be 18 or 19 years old. It's like
Oh.
a dog.
Yeah.
Sometimes not as long. Like if they have a lot of calves, it's hard work, and so they don't last quite
Kind
as
of
long.
ages them a little bit.
Yeah, and they get arthritis and so forth. But we keep them as long as we can here. And another thing is feel their horns.
They're
Reach
so
out and feel their
smooth.
horns.
Right?
And feel that down here. Do you feel how warm they are?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're warm because there's blood vessels inside. This is like your fingernail right here. And on the inside, there's a lot of it's a porous material where there's blood veins in there.
Yeah.
So they actually stay warm. And in the winter, when I'm working and it's cold, I'll come up and I'll grab a horn and I'll be warm.
And warm your hands
Yeah,
with.
Exactly.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Now, do they have any feeling in these things?
They don't. It's not like you don't have feeling in your fingernails, but they do know where their horns are.
Yeah.
Like if you watch them, they'll reach around and scratch their backs with their
Yes.
horns. So, and they do know if they're going to hit you with their horns. It's not like they just don't know.
It's
you're
not an
there.
accident.
Yeah, it's not an accident. Right.
They've all been very nice to me this morning.
They have good. That's good. Missy in particular likes it.
Yeah.
She's chewing her cud. Do you see that?
Yeah. You see her here? Let me get a little up close, Miss Missy. What do you think? Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, this is great. Well, thank you so much for having us
Oh, you're
today.
welcome. And we love having your product in the store. So many people love the CBD oil. And I had someone come in yesterday and they're giving it to their horse.
Yes, yes. And you know, that really brings up a great point. You know, even with these cows, if you have a backbone, you have an endocannabinoid system. You know, any of your vertebrates have an endocannabinoid system, so we can all benefit from that kind of balance. So if I had a cow at my own house that, you know, had an abrasion or something, I could use some of like our calm balm or something like that on it. Or, you know, you can actually give CBD oil to our large animals just as much as we can with ourselves and our pets. So it's a pretty cool system that we all share. So not only do we have an endocannabinoid system, but so does Missy here. So.
You hear that, Missy? Glad to hear it, huh, Missy? Yeah.
So next week, I'll see you all at 10 o'clock. I'm not sure what we have in store for you yet, but tune in. I'm sure it'll be something cool and something different. And have a great rest of your day.
Happy.
Thanks again, Carol.
You're welcome.